Hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. As you can see, I'm still in the US, yes, enjoying some sunlight. And today I have here Mr. Yash Dubal. He's the director for AY and J Solicitors. For those who are frequent visitors of my channel, you've probably seen his face before. So he's an immigration solicitor. He has experience with this for over a decade, and he's helped so many people with their visa applications, immigration stuff, and all of that. And today we're going to talk about a particular route that allows people to come to the UK to start a business and to move in with your family as well. And we've made a video about this the last time, but there were so many questions that were unanswered, and then we intend to answer those questions in this video and then be a bit more clear so that you can understand. Okay, stop that. Sir, I know I've introduced you, but can you briefly say something about yourself?
Thank you for inviting me. My name is Yash Dubal. I'm Managing Director at AY and J Solicitors, which is a multi-award winning Legal 500, over 15 years experience, specialized UK immigration law firm based in central London.
It's an honor
Thank
to
you.
have you here for the second time. Sir, can you please just go over again what the self-sponsorship route is basically? And then can you tell us the benefits and why it's unique?
There is no specific immigration category, as probably wider audience knows by now, but it's something which we believe we invented 3 years back.
Yeah.
Combination of two immigration categories, sponsor license and skilled worker visa. It's an immigration route for those who genuinely want to set up and then run their business, and also it leads them towards settlement and British citizenship. They can also bring their spouse, partner, and children under 18 same time. It's a very flexible category where you can literally start any business, unlike innovator founder visa. There is no minimum investment requirement, no job creation requirement, and it assures the stability for someone who is having this visa, because there is no concern of visa cancellation. If someone is on skilled worker visa with an employer, as you know, they're being made redundant, they're losing their visas, and of course, it's very stressful for themselves and their family. So these are the benefit. The route is very simple, 3-step process. Set up your business, get the sponsor license for your business, and get the skilled worker visa through your own business. And because you are sponsoring yourself to work for your own company, we then coined this term as a self-sponsorship. That's as easy as that.
So in actual sense, they are not going to find self-sponsorship visa when they go on the gov.uk website.
No.
Okay, this is just a name that we have coined for it, but then you're going to explain further as we go on. Can anybody at all just apply?
It's really, really important question, and thank you for asking. And this is first thing first, they should have a genuine business intention. Then they should have a transferable skill or qualification to run that business. So they don't need to have the exact experience or skill set to run the exact business. It can be transferable skill or a qualification or experience. They also need to pass English language test as CEFR at B1 level, which is in IELTS. If we convert into IELTS, is 4 band in its section of IELTS: reading, writing, speaking, listening, minimum. And then financial requirement. This is very important, right? It is investment heavy project. That's how I would put it. It's not simply a few £1,000. There is a significant investment. Firstly, if you want to start a business in the UK, you need to consider there is an investment, at least roughly, even if it's a service-based business, £25,000. Then there is a considerable legal fees to pay and the home office fees to pay, because the home office fees has gone up as well. They must consider the financial readiness for this project. So if they tick all the boxes, then those people are eligible and can go ahead with this.
4 main boxes that you have to tick to be eligible. First of all, you should have a genuine reason or genuine business that you want to start in the UK. You should have transferable skills to be able to run that business, and then you should meet the financial requirements, because there are several financial responsibilities that you should have to meet.
Yes.
And then as well, you should have the English language requirement.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Now that we've spoken about the financial, exactly how much do I need? Because people want to be very clear. How much do I need in my bank account?
Let's talk about it open and transparent, right?
Yeah.
So first thing first, think about how much money you need to invest in business, and that's very much depending on the type of business you want to run. If you, let's say you want to run a restaurant, it might be probably 100,000, 200,000 or £500,000. But let's say if you do a service-based business, just let's say providing consulting service or IT consulting service, or let's say tuition or something like that, right? Then it's like 25,000 can get going, right? That's the startup cost. Then after, I would talk about our legal fees, and I'll include that right now. We have two packages actually. One is a full package where we charge £30,000 plus VAT, where we do company formation for someone. So let's say someone is brand new abroad or even in the UK. We hire a chartered certified accountant who will then form a company formation. We also source a local director. That is a mandatory provision required for this process and project. We also open and help them to get a business bank account, then tax registration with HMRC, and then we do a sponsor license application for the business, and then skilled worker visa for the candidate, him or herself, right? And within this, there might be a scrutiny from the home office for the sponsor license and for the skilled worker visa. Everything is included. It's a one-stop solution. Hand-holding support and package includes everything except home office fees. Now let's come back to the home office fees. The home office fees is for 5 years of visa for the main applicant is around £8,500. For the spouse or partner, for the 5 years of visa, it's £7,300. And for each child, it would be £6,000 per child for 5 years of visa. So now the audience, they have to do their own calculation. And roughly, if we say there is, let's say, a family of, let's say, two child, a spouse, partner, and a main applicant, that would be around £20,000 roughly in government fees, £36,000 in our fees. So that's £46,000. On top of that, they need £30,000 in business investment. So £80,000 roughly if they are in the UK on a, let's say, graduate route visa, or a student visa, or a skilled worker visa. And if they can form their own company, if they have their own compliance officer, a level 1 key personal officer, local director, then we charge the light package, which is a half of the fees. Literally, we charge only 15,000 plus VAT. If that's the case, and if the same family, let's say, in a hypothetical scenario, then let's say £20,000 in home office fees, £18,000 in our fees, and then £25,000 in investment. So that would be around like 50,000 something, 50, 60,000 pounds, and they can just go with this entire project, and they can have 5 years visa with the family, and then after that they will qualify for permanent residence. So yes, there is a sizable investment. One must consider whether they can or cannot fulfill this before they try and embark on this project. If they are even coming from abroad, I would suggest they should have an extra spare cash, because the living standard in the UK is, as you know, Nenel, it's higher, right? So they should also put that into consideration. So if they're coming from abroad, I would say around 80,000 to up to 150,000 pound to kickstart the project. They have to have that financial readiness, and if they're in the UK, maybe 50, 60,000 pound can keep them going and get into this project. You can go for the 3 years visa route, which can probably reduce the government fees by around 30%. So rather than paying 20,000, you might end up paying around, let's say, 14,000 for family of 4, right? That's rough guidance. I did mention their individual fees, and what we can do if they want is we can put this in description so they can do calculation as well themselves.
Okay, so I know that, let's say, with regards to the government fees, there's no payment plan. However, with the legal fees, do you have like different packages? Do you have a payment plan?
Oh, yes. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I did not think of that. That's a really good question. So we charge in 3 tranches, right? So first, so we divide this entire package and payment plan in 3 stages. Stage 1 is incorporation of company, stage 2 is getting sponsor license, and stage 3 is getting the skilled worker visa. So we charge per stage. They can pay us in installment, 1 tranche at a time. We charge before we kick off the stage 1, and then so on and so forth. Once we finish the job, we charge for the second and then third. So that's how we charge. So of course, it can offer some sort of relaxation or flexibility for someone who is really, really keen and interested.
I think before we even started recording this session, you made mention that this visa is not for everyone. And I think, it is very important that we highlight this, because our first video that we did, there were some people that were like, oh, no, this is too much money and I cannot afford it. We have to be clear. It's not a desperate route for you to use to sneak into the UK. It's for those who have genuine business ventures that they want to start in the UK. So obviously, if you have an idea, business idea that you want to start in the UK, you probably have made some preparations financial wise. And I know of several companies that people have started in the UK. I know of a group in Nigeria that started money transfer companies that I even work with, and through that they've been able to relocate to the UK. So it's not for everybody. And if you want other means that you want to use to migrate and not this route, you can obviously contact Mr. Yash Dubal. He's an immigration solicitor, and he may have other options available that might suit you. However, if you're watching us and you do not have the finances, yes, you know of somebody that this video will benefit, you can do that person a favor or do us a favor by sharing the video to the person. Do you have any success stories? How many people have been successful through you? Is it realistic? And if it's not successful, do they get their money back?
Wonderful question. Thank you so much. So to answer your question, we have already, as time we are speaking and recording this video, we have done minimum over 60 positive cases. They have been granted this visa already. They are in the UK. They are enjoying their self-sponsorship route already with their family, and that's the success so far. There are other 30-40 cases or more than that are under consideration. So we have dealt with more than 100 cases by now. 60 of them are positive, 30-40 of them are under process as we speak. The success rate is almost 100%. I can't say 100%, but there has been a refusal, one or two, which we had to challenge, and we are challenging it successfully as we speak, right?
Okay.
So that's our track record so far in getting successful. I would specially mention at least 3 examples. One is from India. A lady named Kavita was having business in South Africa. She wanted to relocate to the UK for various reasons, for her family, education, better lifestyle. We managed to get the self-sponsored visa route approved. She also has provided a video testimonial which is on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
One more example is Kate Corey from USA, running a travel agency in USA, wanted to move to the UK. Same process. We managed to do it in 3-step, easy step. There are many clients from Nigeria as well, interestingly. And again, one client has done video testimonial from Nigeria as well for us. And yeah, I mean, because this route is very flexible in terms of any business can get onto this route. There is no restriction. There are many genuine business people. They are literally waiting for this opportunity. Actually,
Yeah.
they don't know that there is such option out there, and
Yeah.
they will be pleasantly surprised to hear this. What we are speaking now in this
Yeah.
video, say, "Wow, this is what I'm looking for." Because if you remember, Nanel, there was an option called entrepreneur visa route many years back, which government has shut down with £200,000 investment. Now this route, you can do it even lesser than that,
Yes.
and beauty is this is even more flexible than that. Why? Because you don't need to create any employment. You don't need to like create minimum turnover, etc. It's so flexible, and this is why I love this route so much for, of course, all my clients.
You keep saying it's 3 steps, but how long averagely does these 3 steps take? Is it 3 weeks? Is it 3 months? Is it a year?
I must say, Nanel, you are very intelligent. You are asking all the right questions.
Thank you.
The timeline takes roughly between 6 to 8 months end to end, from the day we start till we get the skilled worker visa for the client to get to the UK. If we use the premium service option all the way, because of course the government, they charge their premium service fees, and if we pay that, if we are lucky, it can be dealt with within even 4 months. If we are really lucky, and if that's like very optimistic timeline.
That's fast, actually. That's really
Yeah, it's really fast. Someone to like relocate from anywhere in the world to the UK with family, it's really fast, really promising. En route to settlement in 5 years, where I've heard in USA it took around 30 years to get green card nowadays.
because I did a video not long ago about countries that allow you to buy, citizenship, through the citizenship by investment
Yes.
program, and the amount, the figures were outrageous, $150,000 plus and more. And to think that you're not even going to start a business in that country, and here you're using very less, and then you're still on the route to settlement.
In UK,
in
very
the
importantly, in the UK,
very,
this is
yes,
the UK, right?
yes, and
It's
then
one of the developed country in the world.
yes, and then a residence permit in the UK or indefinite leave to remain status in the UK is huge. It gives you opportunities to travel to many countries, even before you get to settlement. I think this is really huge and it's really worth it. For somebody who's watching us right now, who is interested, what are the steps? What should they do after watching this?
Absolutely. So my invitation to the audience, if they are really interested listening to all this, I want them to ask themselves these 3 questions. And this first question is, do you have a genuine intention to start or take over a business in the UK? That's first question. If the answer is coming solid yes, then ask next question. Next question is, do you meet the financial or the qualification criteria? Yes. Are you prepared for the cost involved? Yes. Then all I would invite them is to just complete the form, which is probably in your description section. And one of my team member will be more than happy to assist if they are really, really keen and interested. And if the answer is no, then probably they want to do probably fact finding, more research themselves. Probably go on my YouTube channel, watch all this video. There are amazing detailed comprehensive video I've covered explaining the process in greater detail. So if they want to probably learn more, they can do that, or if they have any alternate option, they can explore that.
Yeah. And one thing that makes me love this pathway so much is if I had the money, I could, and maybe I was back home, that would probably be the route that I would come through, because you are sponsoring your own visa. You are getting the sponsor license yourself. So it's such a great deal. I came on a skilled worker visa with an employer, and the entire period that I was here, there's so many rules. I mean, so many restrictions, so many rules. Now, after 5 years, I have my indefinite leave to remain. But these days, you hear people being given fake COS. You hear people whose employers have lost their sponsor license and now they don't know what to do. Like, they're just hanging there. And then you hear people who lose their jobs from their main employers and they're struggling to get another sponsorship. But all these things, all these issues cannot affect you if you're on this visa, because you are the sponsor yourself.
Exactly.
And that is one amazing thing about this. So if you think you're interested, you meet the financial requirements, you meet the eligibility, and you have a genuine interest of starting a genuine business in the UK, I think this is for you. And like Mr. Yash Dubal said, I'm going to leave the link to be able to fill the form in the description, okay? So that's the next step, and then they'll be in contact with you. If you have any other questions, just leave them in the comment section. The next time Mr. Yash Dubal is here, we're going to answer your questions. Probably if there's anything that we missed, we're going to answer them in our next interview. So thank you so much.